CA Intermediate Law Subject Chapter number 9 Question Bank. Okay, next means हम solve करने वाले हैं questions. BBQ Limited with its registered office in Hyderabad has two branch offices, one located in Delhi and other in London. Accounting transactions of branches are recorded in and all books of accounts are maintained the branches. The branch accountant of Delhi branch sent monthly and the branch accountant of London sent quarterly summarized trial balance. P&L account and balance sheet to the Hyderabad office. One of the assistant of audit team, Mr. Naveen, raised the issues that the branches of the company maintain its books and records at branches. So its default on not maintaining the proper books of accounts at the registered office. Registered office થવું જોઈએ એવું પેલાનું કહેવું છે. Mr. Naveen further objected to the fact that London branch sent their summarized return on quarterly basis instead of monthly basis. You are requested to analyze and decide validity of both objections of Mr. Naveen relating to place for maintaining the books of accounts and sending summarized returns. Therefore, thereof, the registered office by the branch offices of the company referring to the provisions of provisions of Companies Act 2013 May 24 5 માર્કમાં પૂછાયેલો છે. Place of maintaining books of accounts and summarized returns. Provision of section number 129 of the Companies Act 2013 requires every company to prepare and keep books of accounts and other relevant books and papers and financial statement at registered office. It also provides that all the books or that all or any other books of accounts may be kept at such other places in India as the board of directors may decide. Board of directors may decide all or any other all books are underline કરું છું એટલે okay. Where such a decision is taken by board, the company shall within 7 days thereof file the registrar a notice with written writing in the rule 2A of the Companies Act 2014 Company Rules 2014 of ROC 5 giving full address of that other place. Thus, in the given case, the books of accounts of BBQ Limited should be prepared and maintained at the registered office at Hyderabad, and same can be maintained at the respective branches also. Okay. If the board of directors have decided so and intimated with the register, to the registered the notice of writing within 7 days of giving full address of the other place, objection of Mr. Naveen is not specified. Mr. Naveen is not valid as the intimation to registered is not specified in the question. Where a company has a branch office in or outside India, it shall be deemed to have complied with the requisition of section number 129 subsection 1 if proper books of accounts relating to the transaction effects at the branch office are kept at that office. Proper summarized returns are sent to periodical basis. Proper summarized return are sent on periodical basis by branch office to the company at the registered office or any other place. So, the summarized returns of the books of accounts kept and maintained outside India shall be sent to the registered office quarterly intervals, which means kept and maintained at the registered office of the company and kept open for the directors for inspections. Conclusion: since London was sending summarized return, London office summarized returns registered office on quarterly basis as per the requirement of the law. Hence, the objection of Mr. Naveen is invalid. બંને કેસમાં નવીન ભાઈ ખોટા પડ્યા. Second question: Sanjana joined the company named as Designer Cloth Limited as an independent director. In order to know more about the company, she wanted to inspect the books of accounts and minutes of the board meetings held during the previous 3 years. The company is keeping the books of accounts and other records at its registered office, which is at Mumbai, whereas Sanjana resides in Kolkata. Therefore, through the power of attorney, Sanjana authorized her friend Avantika, who is chartered accountant and does practice in Mumbai, to make an inspection of the books of accounts and minutes of the books of the meeting of the board. Giving the relevant provisions of the Companies Act 2013, the rules made thereunder examine whether Avantika can make inspection on behalf of Sanjana. એક ડિરેક્ટર બીજા કોઈને ઓથોરાઇઝ ના કરી શકે, પાવર ઓફ એટર્ની આપે તો બી નહીં. ઓકે, તો આમાં એ જ આન્સર લખ્યો છે. બુક્સ ઓફ એકાઉન્ટ્સ એન્ડ અધર books and papers maintained by the company within India shall be open for inspection at registered office of company or any other place in India by director during the business hour. In case of financial information maintained outside country, copies of financial information shall be maintained and produced for inspection by any director subject to condition as prescribed in Rule 4. The financial information shall be sought for the director himself and not by or through his power of attorney holder or agent or representative. So લખ્યું છે, the financial information shall be sought by the director himself and not by or through his power of attorney holder or agent or representative. As I said, પોતે સ્વયં જઈને તમારે તસ્દી લેવી પડશે વાંચવા માટે. ઓકે, સો પાવર ઓફ એટર્નીથી નહીં ચાલે. As per the facts, the books of the accounts of other factors including minutes books are maintained at the registered office of Designers Cloth Limited. It means in Mumbai within India. Sanjana as the director of the company can inspect the books of accounts and minutes, but she cannot authorize Avantika to make an inspection on behalf of her. Okay ji, they are limited. હવે આમાં સેક્શન નંબર ચેન્જ થાય છે. હવે સેક્શન નંબર 129 ફાઇનાન્શિયલ સ્ટેટમેન્ટ્સના રિલેટેડ જેટલા બી ક્વેશ્ચન્સ હશે એ આવવાનું ચાલુ થશે. ઓકે, સો they are limited incorporated under the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 as two subsidiaries, Jai Limited and Vijay Limited. All the three companies have prepared their financial statements for the year ended on 31st March 2022. Examining the provisions of the Companies Act 2013, explain in what manner subsidiaries Jai Limited and Vijay Limited shall prepare their balance sheet and statement of profit and loss. Okay, so manner of preparation of financial statements as per the section 129 subsection 3 of the Companies Act 2013. Wait a minute. Subsection 3 of the Companies Act 2013, where a company has one or more subsidiaries or associate companies, it shall, addition to financial statements, prepare a consolidated financial statements of the company and of all the subsidiaries and associate companies in the same form and manner as that of its own and in accordance with the applicable accounting standards. Okay, તો શું વાત ચાલતી હતી અહીંયા ફરીથી એક વખત. As per the section 129 subsection 3 of the Companies Act 2013, where company has one or more subsidiaries or associate companies, it shall, in addition to financial statements, prepare consolidated financial statements of the company and of all the subsidiaries associate companies in the same form and manner as that of its own and in accordance with the applicable accounting standards, which shall also be laid before the AGM of the company along with the laying of the financial statements. Holding company is also required to attach along the financial statements separate statements contain the salient features of the financial statements of its subsidiaries in prescribed form. Subsidiary or subsidiaries as per prescribed form. Okay, since consolidation of accounts is to be done by the holding company, Jai Limited and Vijay Limited shall prepare their balance sheet and statement of P&L normally. ओके, कॉन्सोलिडेशन कोने करवानुं छे? होल्डिंग कंपनी. तो सब्सिडियरीज म्हणजे काय? जय एंड विजय लिमिटेड prepare their balance sheet and statement P&L normally following the relevant provisions of the Companies Act 2013, compliant with the applicable એપ્લિકેબલ એકાઉન્ટિંગ સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ્સ. ઓકે, એકાઉન્ટિંગ સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ્સ કમ્પ્લાયન્ટ વિથ એપ્લિકેબલ એકાઉન્ટિંગ સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ્સ એ લોકો એમનો બેલેન્સ શીટ એન્ડ P&L સ્ટેટમેન્ટ બનાવશે. ઓકે, દેન પિરિયોડિકલ ફાઇનાન્શિયલ રિઝલ્ટ્સ સેક્શન નંબર 129A. XYZ Limited received the communication from central government for the preparation of the periodical financial results and complete audit or limited review of such periodical financial results. The board of directors have raised an objection on the ground that as it is unlisted company, periodical financial statement results need not to be prepared. Examined referring to the provisions of the Companies Act 2013. ઇન ધીસ રિગાર્ડ કહેવામાં આવ્યું છે કે તું અનલિસ્ટેડ કંપની છે તો તારે પિરિયોડિકલ સ્ટેટમેન્ટ બનાવવાનો કોઈ અધિકાર નથી. હવે સાચું છે કે ખોટું આવો જાણીએ. એઝ પર ધ સેક્શન નંબર 129A of the Companies Act 2013, CG may require such class or classes of unlisted company as may be prescribed prepare financial results of the company on such periodical basis in such form as may be prescribed to obtain approval of board of directors and complete audit and limited review of such periodical financial statements in such manner as may be prescribed. File a copy of with a registrar within period of 30 days of completion of the relevant period with such fees as may be prescribed. In the given case, XYZ Limited received a communication from central government for the preparation of the periodical statement results and complete audit or limited review of such periodical financial results. The board of directors have raised an objection on the grounds that as it is an unlisted company, the periodical financial results need not to be prepared. अरे पर लाला सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट हुकुम કર્યો છે तो जो हुकुम मेरे आका कहीं ना बनाई देवानु है. Conclusion: objection of the board of directors is not tenable as the provisions of section 129A relating to the periodical financial results are applicable in this case. Okay, एक मिनट हमारी हाइलाइटर किधर गया भाई? Okay, not tenable as the provisions of section 129 relating to periodical financial results are applicable in the case of unlisted companies. अब किसकी बारी है? Reopening of the accounts on courts or tribunal order section number 130. The tribunal has ordered the reopening of the accounts of MIT Limited. The directors of the company has approached you to explain to them the provisions of the Companies Act 2013. अरे लाला हूँ तो स्टूडेंट हूँ. In respect of the reopening of the accounts on courts or tribunals order. Okay. Section 130 Companies Act 2013 deals with the provisions relating to reopening of the accounts on courts on tribunal order. Provisions as stated in section 130 are as follows. Filing of an application. A company shall not reopen its books of accounts and not recast its financial statements unless an application in this regard is made by CG, the income tax authorities, SEBI, other statutory regulatory body or authority or any person concerned, and an order is made by court of competent jurisdiction or the tribunal to the effect that આથે કહીને દોડાઈ નહીં થવાનું. જ્યાં સુધી આ લોકો કોર્ટ એનું નથી કહેતા અને કોર્ટ તમને ઓર્ડર પાસ નથી કરતો ત્યાં સુધી કરવાની જરૂર નથી. અને કયો ઓર્ડર પાસ કરે છે? The relevant earlier accounts were prepared in the fraudulent manner. આવું એ લોકો આરોપ લગાવે છે કે fraudulent mannerમાં બનાવવામાં આવ્યા હતા. The affairs of the company were mismanaged during the relevant period, casting a doubt on the reliability of the financial statement. मेरे पर डाउट फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट पर डाउट करता है. Provided that the court or the tribunal, as the case may be, shall give notice to the CG, the income tax authorities, SEBI, or an other statutory or regulatory body or authority concerned or any other person concerned shall take into consideration the representations, if any, made by that government or authorities, SEBI government. આવે એટલે એ કેટલી ભાઈ એ 4 લિસ્ટ છે ને એક પેરેગ્રાફમાં 3 વખત તો એક ને એક લિસ્ટ મૂકી દે. ઓકે, આ ગઈ ને લેન્થ વધારે દે લોકો. nature of revised accounts so revised and recast shall be final. એક વખત તમે accounts બનાવીને એને રિવાઇઝ કરી નાખ્યા, રિકાસ્ટ કરી નાખ્યા, એ ફાઇનલ પથ્થરકી લખી ભાઈ બધા ઘડીએ ઘડીએ નહીં બદલવાનું, એ વખત બદલી નાખે ને બસ ડન. ઓકે. Time period. No order shall be made in respect of reopening of the books of accounts relating to a period earlier than 8 financial years immediately preceding the current financial year, provided that where a direction has been issued by the central government under the proviso of section 128(5) subsection 5 for keeping the books of the accounts of the period longer than 8 years, books of the accounts may be ordered to be reopened within such longer period. જો પહેલા તો 8 વર્ષની પહેલાના પીરિયડ ઓપન નહીં કરવાના. અગર જો ઓપન કરવાનું કહી દીધું છે કે હવે 8 વર્ષનું છે તો એને તમારા લોંગર પીરિયડ સુધી બચાવીને રાખવા પડશે. ઓકે. ધેન અધર ક્વેશ્ચન સેમ સેક્શન ઉપર છે. The income tax authorities in the current financial year 24-25 observed during the assessment proceedings a need to reopen the accounts of Chetan Limited for the financial year 2013-14 and thereof filed the application before the National Company Law Tribunal (NCLT) to issue the order to Chetan Limited for reopening its accounts and recasting the financial statements of the financial year 2013-14. Okay, note 2024-25 માં એ કહે છે કે 13-14 ના accounts વાળા ખોલવા છે. પછી examine the validity of the applications filed by the income tax authorities to NCLT. Okay. Reopening of the accounts of the court or tribunal order as per the section 130 of the Companies Act 2013. Company shall not reopen its books of accounts and not recast the financial statements unless an application in this regard is made by central government, the income tax authorities and the SEBI, any other regulatory body or authority or any person concerned, and order may be made by the court of competent jurisdiction or the tribunal to the effect that relevant earlier accounts are prepared fraudulent manner, mismanaged during the relevant period, casting a doubt on reliability of the financial statement. However, no order shall be made in respect of reopening of the books of accounts relating to the period earlier than 8 financial years immediately preceding the current financial years. In the given case, application was filed reopening and recasting the financial statements of Chetan Limited for the financial year 2013-14, which is beyond 8 financial years immediately preceding the current financial year. તો આમાં શું કહે છે કે though the application filed by the income tax authorities to NCLT is valid, its recommendation of reopening the recasting the financial statements for the period earlier than 8 financial years immediately preceding the current financial years is invalid. Okay. Same आज टॉपिक ऊपर तीसरा सवाल. A fraud was reported to SFIO by statutory auditor of PQ Limited in the current financial year 2024-25. A competent authority during the investigation observed that there is a need to reopen the accounts of PQ Limited for the financial year 2018-19 and thereof filed the application before the NCLT to issue the order against PQ Limited for reopening of its accounts and recasting the financial statements for the financial year 2018-19. Examine the validity of the applications filed by the competent authority to NCLT. Reopening of the accounts of the court as per section 130 of the Companies Act. Company shall not reopen the books of account, not recast the financial statement unless application made by application in this regard is made by central government, income tax authorities, SEBI, statutory body or authority or any person concerned, and order is made by the court of competent jurisdiction or the tribunal of the effect that relevant earlier accounts were prepared fraudulent manner, mismanaged, company were mismanaged during the relevant period, casting a doubt on reliability of the financial statement. However, no order shall be in respect to no order shall be made in respect to the reopening of the books of accounts relating to period earlier than the 8th financial year immediately preceding the current financial year. Conclusion. In the given instance, application is filed by the competent authority with the recommendation of the reopening and recasting the financial statements of the period 2018-19. 18-19 is close is less than 8 years of 2024-25. तो है ना ओपन करवा देसे is within the prescribed period within किधर गया within the prescribed period of 8 financial years immediately preceding the current financial year is validly filed to NCLT स्वाहा. तो અત્યારે हमने कौन कौन से क्वेश्चंस पढ़े कौन कौन से सेक्शंस के क्वेश्चंस पढ़े. एक तो सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन जो था वो था सेक्शन नंबर 128 वाला. देन दूसरे क्वेश्चंस पढ़े हमने सेक्शन 129 फिर 129A देन एट लास्ट 130 वाले क्वेश्चंस पढ़े. तो 4 सेक्शंस पढ़ लिए 128, 129, 129A एंड 130. डन.